Hey you guys, my name is Tara. I am owner of Melted Pleasures here in Omaha, Nebraska. I make videos all about the behind the scenes of my candle business. It has been, I believe, 3 months since I've been in front of this camera. Well, since I've uploaded anything. So I want to try to get back into routine yet again. It has been a dreadful 3 months, but I'm back and I'm gonna go ahead and get started with this vlog. This vlog pretty much covers the ins and outs of the past 2.5 months, maybe 3. But like I said, I am here. I am over on Melted Pleasures. I do have this platform that has been working for me, and let's just go ahead and get into this vlog. Here is my big tote of my Provolone 600. So I'm going to melt some of that. I'm not weighing how much. I'm just putting wax in there and we're gonna go from there. When I make my bubble candles, I do have container wax and then I do have wax for clamshells, stuff like that. Hey you guys, so I just got off work. So I made some other candles in these 3 scents for my feminine line. And then I have like the other 2 in the bathroom. So these are the other 3 that I made. I'm going to let them cure for a few days before I mess with those and start testing the scents. And these are the scentless candles that I'm going to be testing, trying to find the right wick size for these jars. Okay, so I am going to start off with a HTP 83. I might have to, because these wicks right here is pretty much my most used wicks for the type of inventory I have, because I am now using or making tins, and then I'm using these. I might have to up or come off my larger wicks down here, but I'm gonna start with an HTP 83. Then I might also test a 93, and I actually might have to test some bigger city wicks. So let me get to testing. I got my lighter, my scissors. So you guys know how I do it. I am just going to poke a hole in the center of this candle, or as close to the center as I possibly can. Cut, stick it down in there, and I'm gonna start my test burn. Let's see, center. Just gonna say this is the center. And then this one is my Pro Blend. So while I'm testing these vessels, I figure I might as well test both waxes. Yes, y'all, I am in my bonnet. I am not at work today. I was not at work yesterday. I actually had some other things that I need to do, to look for another car, all that good stuff. So I am not at work today. I am at the house. So I wanted to get some things done. So I did have some candle tins that I need to test for the fragrance. I showed you guys a little bit earlier on in this video. So the fragrances, I have 5 different fragrances that I'm testing. I made one of them a week ago. two of them I made a week ago, and then the other three back there I made just last week as well. So all of them was made last week, regardless, just a couple days ahead of each other. But I'm trying to think if I want to just go ahead and let them cure for another week, or should I burn them today or what. But I think I am just probably going to wait until this weekend or either Monday of the next week, which will be Halloween. We're not going nowhere, so which will be Halloween, that I could test them then. For the hot throw, you guys, this isn't me testing for trying to find the right wick for my candle tins, because I have those. I'm just testing the fragrance, so I could get those candles made and allowing them time to cure. I have a message. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, you guys. So I have those 5 fragrances, and then I have a list for some other stuff that I need to get done. So let me go to that list, because like I really be getting thrown off. So yeah, I'm about to get ready to do that. I do have to charge my camera, and I have to charge my phone for a little bit. So I'm gonna get some of this stuff, get this stuff knocked down, and I'm gonna let these do what they're going to do. Let's check in on some candles. So this is, I want to say, an hour and a half to maybe 2 hours in. You guys, honestly, I just have not been watching them. So there's the flame, and we are, yeah, it got to be about almost 2 hours. Okay, you guys, so this is where we are with the HTP 93s, and these have actually been burning for 5 hours. I don't know if you guys can see that, but we have mushrooming. That's the IGI, and this is the Pro Blend. So I think I'm going to blow these out. This is what it look like up close. And I'm not worrying about none of the wax that's like, you know, on the sides, because, you know, as your candle burn down, the heat from that to get it. But I think I'm gonna go up and try a HTP 104. Then I'm also probably going to try double wicking these with maybe a HTP 62 or either 2 HTP 52. Yeah, you guys, this is it for today's test burn as far as these go. And this is no fragrance, like no fragrance is added. This is just solely wax, so I could try to find the right wick. I'm not going to do any fragrance until I find the right wick. I'm going to try 2 HTP 62s and see how that burn. And then I might also try 2 HTP 52s and see how that burn. And we'll figure it out. But if those don't work, or if the double wicking is going to be too hot for the jar, whatever, then most likely, you guys, the 93 that I'm using will most likely be the wick. I want this video to turn into like a how-to, like a testing video. I'm just showing you guys what I am up to since I'm home and on my day off. Okay, so it is like 7 in the morning, and this is where we are with the candles. This is still the HTP 93s. I love how this 6006 is, this Pro Blend is burning. It's so slow melting. It's beautiful. But this is where we at. I think I lit this at 3:30 this morning. It is 8:04. think I might do a third burn, just because it's just now getting, you know, past the little neck of the candle. I'm either going to double wick or I'm going to HGP 104. And I'll worry about hot throws next. 22 in the morning. I'm blowing these out at 9:30. That is a total of 6 hours. I have decided that I am just going to go ahead and let this burn down. This 6006, you see how it is. It's slow burning. I'm just trying to figure out if wicking up would be the best bet. I'm also going to start testing these candles. This mahogany shade smells so beautiful. I'm going to start testing these candles, and I have 2 more in the bathroom with these scents. These 2 right here. It's been over a week, so I'm gonna start testing those. And I definitely need to order me some more wax. I have enough Pro Blend, and I have another box in the closet, but I need some more of my 6006. Definitely. So, yep, this is my day, you guys. I'm getting started. Been up since 3 this morning. I went back to sleep for probably about an hour. And then a friend just woke me up, so I guess it's time to get started. Testing mode. Testing these. I am getting ready to double wick this jar. And I am actually getting ready to make some wax melts. Totally was not able to do half of the things I said I was going to do, but it's still fairly early. It's only noon. I'm going to get lunch, and then I am going to go ahead and start making my bubble candles for today. It was not on the list of things to do today, but since I have some melted wax left over, I'm going to go ahead and blend my waxes together, how I make my bubble melts, and then we're going to go ahead and get started on that. So behind the scenes, you guys, me getting back into the swing. Oh, and I got some social media stuff for that. So I'm gonna let that melt. Turn it up off of warm to 200. Let this melt. And that's gonna be that. Pour my fragrances. You know, guys, you know how to do this stuff. But if not, I'm going to show you. because it is hot. But it's melting. It's giving me a milk pool. It's giving me a milk pool, and it's been burning since 9. But it's hot. It is hot. Like, yeah, I can't even pick that up. It's hot. So I think I'm gonna try two HTP 52s because these are the 62s, and it's hot. Like, that's too hot. Okay, so this is testing day for these 3 fragrances for my 8-ounce tins. And I'm going to start with my CD4s double wicked. Yeah, my CD4 double wicked for these 8-ounce tins. And we're going to do the best we can. I know that one is off-centered. So, yeah, we're going to get started. Alright, so let me find my... Okay, see, I'm still testing a whole lot of stuff. This one is so bomb. This one doesn't have a scent to it. I'm still trying to find the right wick to do just one wick. with the 10s instead of 2. But when I first started making candle 10s, I always just used 2. And it was a hit right off the bat. So these wicks that I have in these candle 10s was the ones that was a hit right off the bat. Now you guys know with fragrances, you know, you still have to find the right wick and fragrance combination. The fragrance has changed. The 10 size have not changed. The wick size have not changed. The only thing in this combination that has changed is the fragrance. So that's why it's very important for you to test your fragrances that you're going to be using, because like I said, when I first did this combination, it was with a fragrance that was pipe tobacco, and it was beautiful. First try, everything was just perfect. That's actually what I'm burning right now in the jar, but I'm using a HTP 72 wick with these 4-ounce jars. Say hi, everybody. Hi. We're getting some work done. We are homeschoolers. While they're getting work done, I'm going to show y'all the mess I made, you guys. Y'all gonna drop dead when y'all see this. Look what I did. I was in here cleaning, and yes, you guys, it's all down my wall. You guessed it. You guessed it. It is candle dye. I find that the two HTP 52s are doing amazing. The jar is not hot like they was with the 62s. It burned evenly and it still burns slow. So like I said, I'm still working on the single wick side of things for these jars. And then I also need to find what wick I'm gonna use for this to be double wicked with the CD wick, just in case. So you guys, if you don't know, I only use CD and HTPs based off of fragrance oil. That's why when I am testing, I'll always try to find a HTP wick and a CD wick, just in case the wick does not work well with the fragrance oil and wax combination. I'm doing right now, you guys, I am filling my bottles with my matchsticks. It's like 20 matchsticks per container, and this is what my label looked like. And yeah, I'm just going to show you guys how I do that. Instead of ordering striker sticks off of Amazon or wherever you get them from, it is a good idea to just use the strike stick that's on the side of these boxes. So I'm going to go ahead and finish these up. customize. And here I am. So these are done. And if you are new to this channel or just coming by or it popped up on your feed like this video did, you could get these from Dollar Tree or you could order them off Amazon. I live very close in between 3 good Dollar Trees that is always stocked, so I just go and buy these from the Dollar Tree whenever I'm running low. So that task is done. Strikers on the bottom, labeled 20 match sticks each. It is Sunday, and what do I have to do today? Oh, so as you guys can see, I'm over here still testing my jars. I'm getting that done. I'm narrowing it down. Now I'm just trying to decide if I want them to be double wicked or single. So with my OCD of trying to get these candles and stuff together and perfect or right, I'm just going to go ahead and make full candles, and I'm going ahead and burn again. I have 2 large wicks, and then I have the 2. I'm gonna just show y'all. Let me get these labels on though. I have a CD12, a HTP 104. I have two CD4s, and then I have my 2 HTP 52s, which I really loved. But like I said, for me, I like to have wicks, a multiple set of wicks. I only work with 2 different wicks, which is the CD wicks and which are the HTP wicks. So because we all know, like I said, the fragrance, some fragrance don't work well with the wax and wick combo, so I like to have an alternative wick, being that those are the 2 wicks that I do use in my candles. I like to test one from each series. So the 93 did really good with the Pro Blend as far as reaching the edge of the container, but with that 10 the 6006, it was doing good as well, but it was like taking longer to reach the sides. So it was slow melting down, but it was really playing catch up. So I decided to just move on from the 93 and started with the HTP 104, which it was doing better. So like narrowing it down to whether I just wanted to double wick it, or do I want to, still try to find a single wick for the jar. So okay, so I got my my labels, and here is the clamshells. She bought 2 of them. She had already paid for the rest of her order. She had bought 2 of these, 3 other large ones in different scents, but these are the only ones that was not done. I didn't have any more in this size, so she just went ahead and paid for it. And sorry you guys, so ghetto, but she just went ahead and paid for it, and I'm making them so they could be ready for her tomorrow. Okay, you guys, so I have these little bags. I already stamped my logo on there. Here is the finished product. These are my large clamshells. Well, I call them jumbo. And just want to go ahead and put these in this bag and wait for her to let me know when she want to come pick it up. And that's that. Let's move on with the rest of this day. I'm mad at you guys. I'm going to go ahead because I have some more labels that I need to print. I have some labels. Yes, you guys, I shot my intro today with this same thing going. But I have some labels that I need to print for my room sprays. So I'm going to do that right now while I'm at this, while I'm on my iPad. Not the candle jars. I need the room sprays. So yeah, today I will be finally getting around to making these other clamshells that I need to make, that some people have been asking for. It's just like ridiculous. So I am going to most likely insert that in today. Matter of fact, let me just go ahead and get my wax and stuff prepared. So I might as well throw that in here today to get y'all all caught up on what your girl been doing. But yes, it's just been. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this wax and stuff warming, and then I'll just show you. I might just be like double wicking these, like for real, because I really want to get started on the 4 cents that I have to start for my collection, but I still have time. I know a lot of people use these, but they also use a different wax than me. Like one is Pro Blend. It's kind of like 70% soy, and the other 30% I think is paraffin, so it's very softer. And then I have the IGI 6006, which is more so paraffin. It has a higher percentage of paraffin in it than it does soy. So keep testing, y'all. So the wicking process is different for me. I know a lot of people that use a single wick. And then I know it's some people that say that they use a double wick, or they might start using a double wick. So I know it's not just me with this testing process. And this isn't even the 16 ounce one. This is the 8 ounce one. So yeah, I'm just going to keep testing. I'm about to finish my labels. My phone is pinging off the hook because people want to buy sets and stuff for Christmas and asking, hey, do you have this in? Do you have this in? Are you out? Whatever the case may be. So I have that going on. I have another text right now for order. So yeah, you guys, it's not a busy day, but it is a busy day. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get to doing what I gotta do, and then I will be back. Done, and all I was doing was just transferring the white label from this sun sucks the brown label. So I'm going to put these back up, and this is in the fragrance cocoa butter cashmere. These are my old bottles, so, and I only have 4 of them left, but today these are gone because someone just called and placed an order with me. Someone that's in town, and she want to send it off to her sister for a birthday present, so she want everything cocoa butter cashmere. So I figure I'll do the room spray, the carpet freshener, and some wax melts, which those I am still getting to. So I'm just trying to get my labeling stuff together, and then I will switch over to making the wax melts. Hey, you guys, I had to get me a new battery because this one died. So picking up where I left off, I am about to make these melts. I gotta let this cool down because I am at 211 right now. So I'm gonna let that cool down to 175, 180. Let that cool down. And I am making the cocoa butter cashmere. I have it from 2 different companies. I have Studio Fragrance and then I have the Flaming Candle. I don't know, like this last batch of Studio Fragrance was kind of lightish. Yeah, y'all, it was kind of lightish. It was on the light side. So I'm going to go ahead and put my little warning labels on here. And I stick those on the inside of these small clamshells. And that's it. Jars. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and double wick. I've tested and tested and tested. I cannot find a single wick for that. So I tested 2 different series in smaller sizes. Well, the smaller wicks. I have my HTP 52s and my Josiah. Oh, y'all. Jacob. I feel like I overpoured on 1 or 2 of these. It's okay, just get your little pipette. And go and squeeze some of that wax out while it's still hot. I gotta get eye level. It's a little bit more. Yeah, they should be good. Have a little bit more left. Probably about enough for 2 more. As you can see, I do not have no space on this table. I'm gonna get 2 more. Okay, you guys. So this is that. I have more wax melting from, but I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up because honestly, y'all, I do not know how many clips or videos I have so far with this vlog alone, because I have literally been shooting clips and videos like over the course of since you guys last saw me. Pretty much just giving you guys a overview of what I've been doing since I've last posted. More so working a lot, but right now, yeah, I'm gonna go through all my stuff and see what I have and what I could put together and what I could show you guys to catch you up on what's been going on with me. Starting Monday, I gotta get rid of some of that stuff. so I could get my new stuff in for the new year. So yeah, you guys,